In December, Congress allocated $170 million in federal aid for Flint, Michigan, to address dangerous amounts of lead in the city's drinking water. The question now is whether Flint residents will ever trust the government enough to turn on their taps again. Allison McCann went to Flint to find out.
It's been a year since President Obama declared a state of emergency in Flint. At a town hall last week, state and federal agencies told residents that the city's filtered water is drinkable. They weren't buying it.
All the pipes have been ripped out. The service line has been changed. You gotta get the mains out, buddy. You're wasting our time, and we're dying. People have died.
Ain't nobody got the nerve to answer that question?
Not the whole city, but one house.
My house.
My house, his house.
My house.
I haven't looked at the water at your house. I haven't been there to look at that data. I don't have it.
It makes sense that Flint residents are still angry. State officials knew that their water was contaminated from October 2014 to October 2015 and did nothing. But now filtered tap water in Flint really is fine to drink. The federal government has set the acceptable level of lead in water at 15 parts per billion. Last February, the state tested Flint homes and found levels around 40 parts per billion. In November, lead amounts were down to 8. In the latest round of testing, the majority of Flint homes had acceptable lead levels. But there are still outliers, homes where the water is undrinkable. And in one of them, the lead level was almost 6,000 parts per billion. For that reason, people in Flint say they'll start drinking the water once all of the lead pipes are replaced. But the city has only restored 780 pipes, and they estimate there are still about 20,000 more that need to be fixed. The good news is they finally have some of the money to do that.
Congress signed off on a $170 million federal aid package for Flint. How will that funding be spent?
You know, what's great about that is it's what we were waiting for, and we know $100 million of it is for water, for lead service line replacement, and we can use it for that, and that's what we're going to do.
How far will $100 million go in replacing this lead pipes?
Well, not far enough. It's a really good start, and we're really grateful to get that start, but while $100 million sounds like a lot, we know that's not going to get us all that we need.
At about $6,000 per replacement, Flint is still short around $20 million to repair all of the pipes, and that's assuming they don't find more lead lines along the way. Of the remaining federal funds, $50 million will go toward public health programs, like a registry to monitor children that were exposed to lead, and $20 million will go toward fixing Flint's water treatment plant. But the city has to get its plans approved by the state and the EPA first. Mayor Weaver hopes to do that by the end of the month. In the meantime, Flint is stuck in a paradox. The city wants residents to trust filtered water, but they don't, and they're angry, so the state continues to provide bottled water, which makes it less likely that residents will ever trust their taps again. Keon Stevens is a local Flint contractor. Last year, the city awarded him a pipe replacement contract worth $2.1 million.
Is it a pretty important contract for you?
Actually, it's life-changing. You know, it's life-changing. I've done, a lot of work around here in the area, but nothing of this magnitude.
Are you drinking the water in your home yet?
No.
Not even filtered?
No.
So you're still fully bottled?
Yes.
How would you like to see that $170 million spent in Flint?
Infrastructure, definitely, because the buying of the water doesn't fix the problem. You're going to buy water forever? That doesn't fix the problem.
Stevens is like a lot of people in Flint, eager for the benefits of a long-term solution and unwilling to trust the short-term one.
We're really, working hard to change some of that, and it's not going to happen overnight. And you see, it's a year later, and we're not there yet. I think it's better, but that's something we're going to have to work on, because once you have broken trust, it's really hard to rebuild that.
What do we want? Clean water!